What if I told you that $10,000 just sitting in an index fund could turn into hundreds of thousands of dollars without you ever adding another cent? It sounds simple, maybe too simple, but that's exactly what compound interest does. And once you understand it, you'll never look at investing the same way again. So let's break it down step by step. Compound interest means your money earns money, and then that money earns even more money. It's like planting a tree that grows apples, and then each apple grows a new tree. At first, it doesn't look like much, but if you give it time, the growth becomes exponential because it starts feeding on itself. That's the secret behind how small investments become life-changing amounts. But here's what trips most people up, because in the beginning, compounding feels slow. You put your $10,000 into an index fund. A year passes, and maybe you've earned 7 or 8%. So now you're at $10,700 or so. And you think, that's it? But that's not where the story ends. It's where it begins. Because what most beginners don't realize is that the early years are meant to feel boring. That's compounding setting its foundation, like a snowball rolling slowly at the top of a hill, barely moving at first, but steadily gathering weight. And every year that passes, it rolls faster and faster. Let's say you invest in an index fund that averages a 10% return per year. That's historically close to what the S&P 500's delivered over the long run. In year 1, your $10,000 grows to $11,000. Year 2, $12,100. And by year 10, it's over $25,000, more than double what you started with. But stay with me, because this is where it gets really interesting. Because after 20 years, that same $10,000 becomes over $73,000. And if you leave it untouched for 30 years, you're now sitting on nearly $198,000. All from an investment you made once and never added to again. Now, imagine you did add to it, even just a little. Imagine you dropped in a few hundred a month, or reinvested the dividends you received from your investment. Because let's say you invested $10,000 and left it untouched for 30 years. But this time, you also add about $100 each month to your investment. Now, 30 years later, it's not $198,000 anymore, but over $424,000. This is why time is your most powerful asset, not timing. You don't need to predict the market. You just need to stay in it. And yet, this is where most people sabotage themselves. They pull out when the market dips. They wait for the perfect moment to invest, or they bounce from trend to trend, trying to chase quick wins. Yeah, I actually made a video about that. It's quite a sad story because it really happened. But what's even more sad is that it also happens to a lot of other people. The link's in the description, and I hope you won't make the same mistakes. Because here's the truth nobody tells you. The biggest cost in investing isn't missing the best stock. It's missing time. Every year you wait on the sidelines. Every time you pull out during a dip. Every moment spent second-guessing. You're shrinking the future power of your compounding. Think about it. That's $10,000 turning into nearly $200,000 in 30 years. Or over $424,000 with just $100 added monthly. None of that happens if you're constantly interrupting the process. And yet, it's easy to get scared. The headlines scream. The market drops 10, 20, or even 30%. Suddenly, your balance looks smaller, and your emotions take over. But here's what experienced investors understand, and what most beginners miss. Those drops, they're not interruptions. They're invitations. Because when prices fall and fear rises, that's when your future self gets the best deals. That's when your $100 a month buys even more shares. That's when your compounding engine shifts into a higher gear. But only if you stay in the game. And the easiest way to do that is by owning an index fund. Now, let's clear up what that actually means, because the term gets thrown around a lot, but rarely explained in a way that sticks. An index fund is simply a basket of investments that follows a specific group of companies. One of the most famous is the S&P 500, which is a collection of the 500 largest publicly traded companies in the US. So when you invest in an S&P 500 index fund, you're not betting on just one company. You're owning a tiny piece of all 500 at once. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google. You're holding them all, automatically, with just one investment. And as those companies grow over time, your fund grows with them. But here's the best part. Index funds don't try to beat the market. They are the market. And over the long run, that makes them incredibly hard to outperform. most professional investors still fail to beat the return of a simple, low-cost index fund. So when you buy one, you're not just investing in great companies, you're also saying no to complexity, no to panic selling, and no to the endless cycle of trying to guess which stock will explode next, because you're choosing something smarter, something that keeps compounding in the background while you just live your life. And it gets even better, because there's a specific type of index fund that's designed to make compounding even more powerful, and it's called an accumulating ETF. Now, don't worry, that might sound complicated, but it's actually very simple. An accumulating ETF is just a type of index fund that automatically reinvests any income it receives. So if the companies inside it pay dividends, which are just little cash payments to shareholders, the ETF doesn't send you the money. Instead, it uses those dividends to buy more shares without you lifting a finger. That means your investment keeps growing on top of itself. Oh, and to clear things up, an index is basically a list of companies that represents a part of the market. For example, the S&P 500 includes 500 of the biggest companies in the United States, like Apple, Microsoft, and Coca-Cola. You can't actually buy an index itself. It's just a scoreboard showing how those companies are doing. That's where ETFs come in, since they're designed to follow these scoreboards automatically. And the great part of those accumulating ETFs is that if you're investing for the long term and you're not relying on that income to pay bills yet, accumulating ETFs gives you the maximum compounding power, because every cent gets folded back into the machine, fueling more growth. Now compare that to a distributing ETF, which pays dividends out as cash. That's not a bad thing. In fact, it could be great when you're ready to live off your investments. But during the early years, when you're still in the wealth building phase, reinvesting those dividends is like adding fuel to a fire that's already burning. And the longer you do it, the more unstoppable it becomes. And there's one habit that makes this whole strategy nearly bulletproof, whether the market's going up or down, or even if you're just starting with small amounts. It's called dollar cost averaging. Now, again, don't get distracted by the term. It simply means you invest the same amount of money on a regular schedule, no matter what the market's doing. And this one habit takes the guesswork out of everything. Because instead of trying to time the market, buying low, selling high, and constantly second-guessing yourself, you're investing consistently. And that has two powerful effects. First, it builds discipline. You stop worrying about the headlines. You stop trying to wait for the dip. You just follow your system. And second, it smooths out your price over time. When the market's high, your money buys fewer shares. But when the market drops and everyone else is panicking, your money buys more. It's like getting a discount every time prices fall. And over the years, that adds up to a portfolio that grew not because you were perfect, but because you were consistent. That's what real investors understand. It's not about being smarter than everyone else. It's about sticking to a plan that works and letting time do the heavy lifting. So here's the simplest version of everything we've just talked about. You start with a broad, low-cost accumulating ETF that tracks an index like the S&P 500, such as the Vanguard S&P 500 UCITS ETF. Then you set up a monthly investment, even if it's just $100. And after that, you just let it run. Keep investing every month and let time do the heavy lifting for you. And 10, 20, or 30 years from now, when others are still trying to guess the next hot stock, you'll have a portfolio that's steadily built itself, powered by the most underrated force in finance, time. And if you want to see exactly how to invest in ETFs, I'd recommend you watch this video.